Welcome, everyone, to our podcast where we explore the depths of human emotion and the complexities of relationships. I'm your host, and today we have a fascinating and sometimes heart-wrenching story to share. It's about a college student named Meg, who found herself in a polyamorous relationship and the unexpected challenges that followed. So, let's dive in.
Oh, I'm so intrigued. Polyamory is such a deep and nuanced topic. Can you give us a bit of background on Meg's initial relationship with Mike?
Absolutely. Meg was in a committed relationship with Mike, a guy she truly loved. But as time went on, she felt the need to explore other connections. This is a common feeling, and it's important to understand that polyamory can be a way for some people to express their love for multiple individuals. However, it's crucial to have open and honest communication. Mike, being more traditional, wasn't ready for this change. This led to a significant conflict.
That sounds like a tough situation. How did Meg decide to proceed with her feelings for Bob, whom she met in the college choir?
Meg was drawn to Bob's beautiful voice and his kind nature. She decided to talk to Mike about her feelings, but he reacted very negatively. This made Meg feel trapped, and she ultimately decided to have an affair with Bob in secret. It's a classic case of wanting to have it all, but the secrecy added a layer of complexity and stress to her life.
That must have been incredibly challenging. How did she manage to keep everything a secret, and what was the thrill of it like for her?
Meg became a master of time management and deception. She would plan her days meticulously, ensuring she could spend time with both Mike and Bob without raising suspicion. The thrill of it was almost like playing a high-stakes game, where every move had to be carefully calculated. It was exhilarating but also exhausting.
Wow, that sounds intense. How did the introduction of Nick, the shy guy, change things for her?
Nick was introduced by a friend, and Meg found his shyness endearing. She was already managing 2 relationships, but the idea of a third added a new dimension to her life. She was now juggling 3 boyfriends, each with their own set of expectations and emotions. The complexity increased, but so did the excitement.
Oh my goodness, what happened on Valentine's Day? How did she manage to spend time with all 3 of them?
Valentine's Day was a true test of Meg's planning skills. She started with Mike at midnight, then rushed to Bob for a romantic picnic, and finally, she ended the night with Nick at an expensive restaurant. Each moment was special, but the pressure was immense. She had to be quick, efficient, and always on her toes to keep the illusion intact.
That sounds like a logistical nightmare. But what happened when she faced a woman's health issue? How did that affect her relationships?
The woman's health issue was a turning point. Meg discovered she had an infection, which meant one of her boyfriends had cheated on her. This was a major betrayal, and it shattered her trust. She had to confront each of them to find out who the culprit was, and this led to some very uncomfortable and emotional conversations.
That must have been incredibly difficult. How did the confrontation with Nick go?
The confrontation with Nick was particularly intense. He became very defensive and accused Meg of being the cheater. This ended their relationship, and it was a painful realization for Meg that she wasn't the only one with secrets. It was a wake-up call for her.
Wow, that's so intense. What about Bob and Mike? How did those conversations go?
The confrontation with Bob was explosive. Meg was so sure it was him, and she accused him in front of his parents. This ended in a heated argument, and she was kicked out of the house. With Mike, the conversation was even more shocking. He admitted to knowing about her affairs and revealed that he had also been cheating as a form of revenge. This was the final straw, and it ended their relationship as well.
Oh, that's a lot to process. How did Meg feel after all this?
Meg felt devastated. She realized that her actions had caused a lot of pain, not just for herself, but for the people she cared about. The experience taught her the importance of honesty and the potential consequences of keeping secrets. It was a difficult lesson, but one that she will carry with her.
Thank you for sharing this story. It really highlights the complexities of human relationships and the importance of open communication. It's a reminder that while love can be beautiful, it can also be incredibly challenging.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us today. We hope this story resonates with you and encourage you to reflect on your own relationships. Until next time, stay tuned for more deep dives into the world of human emotions and connections. Goodbye.